It's almost Christmas, so I want to make a tree ornament with a cozy little scene inside. This is a gift from my parents, so I'd like to have it done by December 20th at the latest, which gives me 7 days? What the f***? So I legitimately thought I had more time than this, and I've never finished a project in less than a month. I'm a very slow crafter. I'm a slow person, like, in my soul, you know? What is time, anyway? I don't understand how some crafters can make videos every week. I'm looking at you, Boylai. How the hell do you do it? Like... Anyway, this is going to be a huge challenge, so I need to use my time effectively. You may not see as many fun, dynamic shots as usual, but I'll do my best to keep it entertaining? I don't know. I'm going to start by making some adjustments to an older diorama housing that I made last year, and I'll size everything based off of that. Better get started! Here's my plan. I want to have a cozy scene in here with a Christmas tree, a fireplace, a chair, maybe a lamp, a table with some cookies and milk on it for Santa, and my parents' 2 adorable pups, Winston and Mochaccino. Look at that. Adorable. But first, this ball needs some finishing. Oh god, oh god, oh god. It's fine, it's good. That's why I printed it in PLA, and not resin. It's the morning of day 3, and so far I've got the diorama housing completed, and the furniture models are printed, cleaned, and primed. And my goal for today is to get all the models painted, if I can. I'm really slow at painting, so it might take me longer than today, but I'll do my best. I actually took some vacation days off from work because I would have no chance at completing this project otherwise. Man, I got some Ethan Becker vibes going on with this microphone. I bought this lav mic a few days ago, and it sounds like shit in the lavalier position, even though it's a lav mic. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, let's get painting. Okay, now that the painting's done, this tree needs some lights. You'll notice I added some holes to the model. These are so I can run fiber optic cables down through the trunk and, in theory, give the impression of lights on the tree. First, I cut a bunch of fiber optic strands to the appropriate length. Then I need to carefully thread the fibers down through the tree and out the trunk at the bottom. This was fairly easy in the beginning, but became very tricky in the second half, at which point the strands were densely packed at the exit, making it very difficult to fish the ends out. I eventually got there, or close enough. Would I do it again? Yes, that's all there is. I'm a sucker for punishment. The tree is going to have both red and white bulbs, so I want to mark the fibers to get a somewhat even distribution of colors. Then I can shine an LED down the ends to match the base with the colors I marked earlier. I mark them with little flags to make it easier to tell which is which. Alright, it's time to solder the LEDs. Nothing special here, this is a very simple circuit. You'll notice I'm twisting the wire of one of these LEDs, and you'll find out why later. I made some cookies with Super Sculpey. I squashed them down into cookie shapes, painted them, and then glued them to this tiny plate. There needs to be some presents under the tree, so I made some box shapes of various sizes from clay, and then I used small printed patterns to make wrapping paper. And then I made a bunch more. I bought this photo printer a few years ago, and although it doesn't get much regular use, it prints tiny things so crisp. So this is the perfect application for it. I mean, look at that! Amazing! Then I cut the photos out and added them to these tiny frames. Is this not adorable? It's so cute, it hurts! And that is the end of day 5. It is noon on day 6. The models are painted. The Hellraiser tree is complete, which took like 7 hours, by the way. An unreasonable amount of time, considering what it is. It just took forever to snake all the fiber opts through the trunk, trying to fish it out the bottom. Like some of the individual fibers took half an hour for one fiber to find its way through. Anyway, it's done now. It looks terrifying. Trust the process, I guess. Yep. All the soldering is done except the battery, which I have to wait until the end because the LEDs have to be in place in the diorama because the wires need to snake through the holes in the floor. And this morning I made Santa's cookies and the frames, and I was feeling so good about my progress. I thought maybe, hell, I might finish early. That's crazy. Until I remembered I forgot to sculpt the dogs. You know, the centerpiece of this. Anyway, I'm gonna jump into Blender now and sculpt the dogs, and I have to remember that this is a very small scale, so I don't have to go overboard on the details, which I tend to do even on miniatures that are very, very tiny. So I gotta remind myself not to do that. Anyway, it's gonna be a long one, so I stole my boyfriend's monster to get through this.
Again?
Don't call me out like that. Anyway, let's go. Okay, little update. It's 3 in the morning, day 6, or technically day 7. I just finished sculpting the dogs and put them on the printer. I'm really praying that there's not going to be any failures or anything. Tomorrow is going to be a long day. I have to paint the dogs. I have to finish lots of little knickknacks and get everything assembled, put together. I have to solder the battery in. That's always a struggle because space is very tight in these little pieces. So yeah, and then I'm going to try and edit a video in 2 days, which normally it takes me at least 7 to edit a video, so wish me luck. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm very tired. No failures, thank God. All right, let's get these cleaned up and painted. Excellent. All right, so this is my last day, so all of those little details and finishing touches need to be completed. I wanted to try using UV resin to make some flames for the fireplace. I wasn't sure if this would work, but not too bad. Next, I glued the fireplace tools into this little vase. Remember how I was twisting wire earlier? Well, this is what it was for. I'm using that same patterned paper from the presents earlier to make a shade for a hanging lamp. I used some hot glue to attach the shade to the light. Although I didn't show it, this took about 400 attempts to get right. But in the end, I was pretty happy with how it looked. Next up, the stockings need to hang from the fireplace. Alright, at this point I have the tree, lamp, and fireplace inside the diorama, but the bulk of my filming looks like this. Yeah, good job, Jordy. I was trying to move quickly, so I didn't exactly get the best shots. I also forgot to trim the tree before I put it in there, so I had to finagle that as well. I soldered the battery pack in, and it works. Thank God. I struggled quite a bit to get everything in place, and I ended up breaking a stocking off the fireplace and the star off the tree, so I had to go back and repair those. Next, I make some milk out of UV resin to go with the cookies. I also made a little rug out of Das air dry clay. And let's take a moment to appreciate how cute Winston's toe beans are. Look at them! It's finally time to get all these fiddly bits into the diorama. Oh, and the pictures too, of course. I want to take this time to give a huge welcome to all my new Patreon supporters, including top supporters Brent the Hitman Hannaberry, Elder Scribe, Pludge, Lewis Black, Baron DeRop, Trinket Master, and Jose Sanchez, as well as all my other amazing patrons. I am eternally grateful for your support. Thank you so much. I finished the piece off by painting the edge and adding some snow to the window. Before I roll the glamour shots, I want to thank you for joining me in this challenge. I'm so happy I was able to finish it on time. I'm going to take a couple weeks off to hang out with my friends and family, but in the meantime, stay frosty everyone. I'll catch you next time.